Yo, what's up, people? Get right into it right quick. Just talk about my belief and how I stand with Black Lives Matter. Well, I don't stand with Black Lives Matter. That's the whole situation right now. And I'm going to tell you why I don't stand with Black Lives Matter. I don't stand with Black Lives Matter because Black Lives Matter is partial in their stance about blacks. For one thing, why is Black Lives Matter trying to push so much on debunking the police departments, defunding the police department and all that? Like, I mean, what does that really help the black community? You know what I'm saying, by debunking the police department. To me, it sounds like you're trying to set up something more radical for black people, or some for them to get away with things or something. I'm trying to find the best way to say it, but to me it seems like just some kind of agenda. But the main thing is, they're partial in what they're doing. They're standing for the police brutality of white cops on black cops, which that's not that's by all means that's not right. But we have much bigger issues that also need to be addressed. So my thing is, why are you trying to fight one of the very smaller issues in the midst of the black community? Because even if we look at the facts or the statistics, it shows that it's not by a very high percentage, but there are more black. I mean, there are more white cops being killed. I mean, I'm sorry. Well, there are more white people dying from cop killing than black people. Statistics show. Um, but there are more crimes and more killing among the black community as a whole, almost more than any other community. And we're just like, what is it? They said a 1/3, I think, of America's population. And we have the most deaths. We have the most murders when it comes to, actual killing of one another, of violence. Like, how is that so? Okay, so how is we standing for the police brutality, but we ain't standing for the brutality of what our own kind is doing to our own kind? That's very one-sided and it's very hypocritical. And to me, that's an easy way to get black people on your movement or your ride. Because to be honest with you, a lot of black people don't want to talk about what we're doing to our own kind. But we love to talk about what white people have done, or what white people are doing, how they trying to stop us and block us and all this stuff. But we don't think about what we do to our own kind. And I'm going to throw this in now. Look at the music we listen to. Okay? Everybody is so crazy right now with the hip hop culture, black culture, right? But that music, which is more degrading music out there. But hip hop music is the most degrading. It's the most violent. It's the most sexually explicit and everything else. But we want to talk about the police brutality all day. These rappers make millions, however much money they make, off of killing. When I mean killing, talking about killing and talking about disrespecting women. Now, if that don't need to be stirred up against, I don't know what is. Because these same people, it would be different if they was making music and they wasn't influencing anybody and no one didn't love their music. But this is the music a lot of black people love. But I will say this, I'm a Christian, so I don't listen to none of it. I used to be, what I'm saying, a hip hop artist, and I used to love hip hop music, but I realized maybe 10 years ago, I'm 27, finna be 28, and I made a decision 10 years ago that I wanted to become a Christian, that I wanted to be saved and follow Jesus. And I'm going to tell you why. It's because I realized the music I was listening to was turning me into something very dark, because that was my motivation. That's what I used to love to listen to, and I seen the effect that it had on my life. Trying to listen to these rappers and be like these rappers. Wanting to be gangster and wanting to be, you know what I'm saying, a player, and have all these women, and just trying to make myself after that. So I seen what it was doing to my own life. Yeah, I'm gonna get on you rappers right now, cause if any of you rappers that talk about killing all the time and disrespecting women all the time over here talking about Black Lives Matter, man, you need to shut your mouth. If you want to holler Black Lives Matter, tell people to burn every CD and delete every song you ever made where you was saying stuff that we don't need to hear in this community. And that's just straight up real. And that's just straight up facts. And that goes for anybody though. If you famous or not famous. Man, don't be over here talking about no Black Lives Matter and then you get in the car and you listen to something talking about some, you know what I'm saying, I'll blow a nigga head off and all this other stuff. Calling a woman a whore and hoes and all this kind of stuff. Calling her bees and disrespecting her. Speaking about her as none but an object. And talking about all the sexual things she do to you. We don't need that in this community. We done had enough of that. That stuff has been plaguing us for too long. And we over here talking about Black Lives Matter. That's why I don't agree with Black Lives Matter. Because they being partial. And a lot of black people, I can't speak for all, but a lot of them are being partial in what they're saying. Man, we got so many aborted children in this community. Now we have a lot of aborted babies all over this country from all races. But guess what? We got a lot of them in this community too. But are we speaking up for that? Nah. These sports players and stuff, they speaking up against this. LeBron James speaking up against it. Kyrie Irving speaking up against it. But are y'all speaking up for the things y'all done and the people y'all motivate? Are you standing up against these people that's destroying our people? And we ain't just talking about white people. We ain't just talking about politicians. We talking about what we've been doing our own kind. Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, it's up to you to make that decision to do some of that bad stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter how much somebody pressure you. At the end of the day, no matter how much pressure on you, you still got a choice to do it. Even if somebody got a gun to your head, you still got a choice to do it. Even if they say do it or die, you can do it or you can die. That's still a choice to die, a choice to live. All I'm doing is spin you facts when it comes to that. It's a shame. Man, women in the black community are raising their kids by themselves, most of them. What is it, 70-some%? And we talking about Black Lives Matter. Well, how about let's getting the black men back into the family? How about let's teaching our black men how to be married to one woman, be committed to one woman, and have your kids by that one woman? Let's get back to how things supposed to be. Instead of keep hollering the Black Lives Matter or something like that. Oh yeah, we can add that in now. But let's talk about it as a whole. See, we want a movement for that, but we don't want a movement for all our sins. See, that's what people are. They have picks and chooses on sin. Or what they consider wrong. See, they'll talk about that because that's wrong, but they don't talk about their wrongdoing. Because I've even had a guy, and you black people, don't tell me some of you black people ain't racist, because I know some of you are. And if the tables would turn, you would be trying to get away with some of this stuff too. I've had somebody tell me, you know what I'm saying, that some racist thing about white people.